Hey, want to see some real magic? Watch this. I'm going to write a message here. I'll put it in invisible ink, hide it from everyone. And then later, boom, it's going to magically appear right before their eyes. How crazy is that? Before we reveal the secret of invisible ink, hit that subscribe button down below. It really helps us make more cool science videos like this one. Let's dive in. First, I'm going to need a paper and something to write with. But we can't just use a regular pen because this is no ordinary message. This is a secret message written in invisible ink. So I'm going to need something a little bit more special. I know just what to use. Lemon juice, that's right. Spies used to put secret messages in lemon juice, and it would look invisible until the paper was heated up. So I'm gone not. Take my lemon juice and put it in a dropper, and I'm gone not. Squeeze it onto the paper, and then write out my message. I wonder if they'll ever figure out what it says. Now we have to let it dry. Once it's dry, it will look like there's nothing on the page. But wait till they heat this up. It's going to look like magic. All right, now it's dry, and it looks like there's nothing on the page. But watch this. If I grab my heat source over here, which is just a candle, I'm going to heat up the paper and watch this message magically appear. Wow, they'll never know what hit them. It's so cool how chemistry can seem like magic sometimes, isn't it? It's just amazing to me. There's so much in our world that seems like magic, but it's actually chemistry. Chemistry is everywhere. In fact, everything you see around you is made up of chemicals. Even this water, this air, even you. You're made of chemicals. Chemistry is in everything. That means it's in you too. And that means you have superpowers. Okay, moving on to our next experiment. The cool thing about invisible ink is that it's been around since ancient times. It's actually pretty easy to make invisible ink. All you need is 2 ingredients. One ingredient is a natural polymer called dextrin. Dextrin is found in things like rice or wheat, and the other thing you need is sulfuric acid. You mix these two together, and you get a solution that when it's applied to paper, you can't see anything. But it turns out that when you heat that paper up, the molecules move faster and faster and faster. And eventually, they start interacting with each other and making bonds with each other. They go from being individual molecules into a larger molecule, which makes a solid. That solid makes the mark on the page. And it's kind of like magic, but it's actually chemistry. There are tons of different ways you can do invisible ink. And in fact, there's even one way using this milk that I've shown on another channel. I'll link to that video down below. But one of the coolest things about invisible ink is that spies used to use it all the time. In fact, during World War II, there was a spy named Juan Pujol Garcia who sent secret messages to the Nazis using invisible ink. He was able to fool the Nazis by hiding his invisible ink messages inside of eggs. That's right. He would crack an egg open, write a secret message in invisible ink, let it dry, and then seal the egg back up and send it off to the Nazi headquarters. When the Nazis got the egg, they were able to heat it up and read the message inside. Juan was actually awarded the Order of the British Empire for his efforts during the war. And it's just wild to think that he was using chemistry to fool the Nazis. I bet you're wondering why the message only shows up with heat, right? Well, that's because the marks made with the invisible ink are made by the chemical bonds between the molecules. When the molecules move faster, they make stronger bonds and become less likely to evaporate. This means that the ink won't show up unless the paper has been heated up enough. If the paper isn't heated up enough, the molecules will still be moving, but they won't be making any chemical bonds, so the ink won't show up. But if the paper is heated up enough, then the molecules will be moving fast enough to make those chemical bonds. And when they make those chemical bonds, they'll be in a form that we can see. So that's why invisible ink needs to be heated up to make the message show up. Let's try another cool trick with invisible ink. I've written a secret message here, but it's written in a special way. It's written backwards. That's right. If I want to read this message, I have to put it in front of a mirror. Whoa, look at that. The message is unreadable unless you're looking at it in the mirror. That's because the letters are written backwards. So, if you want to read them, you have to reverse the image. But it gets even cooler than that. Watch this. I'm going to write a message here. Then I'm going to take some clear sticky tape and put it over the message. Then I'm going to color it with a marker. But it's not just any marker. It's a special marker. It's a neon marker. And when I remove the sticky tape, you can see the message underneath. That's because the neon marker only shows up under UV light. So if I shine a black light into this room, you'll see that the message comes right out. Isn't that wild? It's like magic, but it's actually chemistry. Now, it's time for a quick science break. We've learned a lot today about invisible ink and how it's used to write secret messages. But what about magic? Is magic real? Some people believe that magic is real and that there are people who have special powers that allow them to do things that seem impossible. Others believe that magic is not real and that what we see on television or at the theater is simply a combination of skill, sleight of hand, and psychology. What do you think? Is magic real or is it all an illusion? Let me know in the comments down below. And speaking of the comments down below, let's look at some of them and see what you guys have been saying. Hey, thank you guys so much for watching and subscribing. It really helps out. I love reading your comments and I try to respond to as many as I can. Keep them coming. Now it's time for another experiment. Here's a riddle for you guys. I vanish when it's cold, but show myself in the heat. What am I? Go ahead and comment your answer down below. I'll show you the answer in just a second. Okay, so most of you guys got this one right. You guys said things like heat, fire, temperature, and a few other things, and the answer is heat. Heat is the thing that makes the invisible ink show up. Heat is also the thing that makes me vanish. And when heat is added, I reappear. A little animation I made that looks like it is dancing around in the heat but disappears when it is cold. Okay, it's time for one last experiment. I wrote a message here with invisible ink, but it is not just any message, it is a challenge. If you can read this message without heating the paper, you win a prize. I don't know what the prize is, but you can pick whatever prize you want. Comment what you think the message says down below, and see if you can win that mystery prize. Hey, I hope you had fun today and learned something new. Make sure to hit subscribe and check out some of our other awesome videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.